Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk. Welcome back and thanks for tuning in. And it is yours truly in my 430U, Object 430U, one of the more overpowered tanks in the game, to be quite honest, but a fun tank. It's not bad. So I am here on Sand River, spawned into what the northwest corner, and I'm going to head up here into the middle, up into the north fight, and see what we got. So we got a GF kind of hanging out. We'll take a little shot at him and miss. Progetto 46. And I'm worried about somebody in the middle there, although I don't see anybody, and we've got some guys kind of looking at the dunes there. So I'm going to drop down in. I found the Progetto 46. I'm just going to be super aggressive. This thing has ridiculous armor for a medium tank. And this Progetto's in a lot of trouble, though he's going to get some pins on me. A little bit over-angled maybe there. There's a bounce, and I give him a really nice side shot, and then the 90 GF puts one into me. And it looks like I have actually bounced the Progetto. There we go. So I bounce him pretty good. He might get one more in here. I'm just trying to wiggle. Don't do it. Don't do it, Progetto. And he gets one. Oh, geez. There's another one. We take him down. Looks like he might have waited to reload twice, so good on him. A few more hit points than I wanted to take out of that guy, but the IS-7 T90K is pushing in with me. I don't want to give this 90 GF a free shot, so I wait till he shoots. Just come around here and take him down. He's much more likely to bounce off an IS-7 than off of the side of me. And I didn't really have a lot of time to get the front end around. So we got the Scorpion up here. We've dropped two of them. T-69's going dat-o way. There goes the Marbreaker, so we have them 3-0. This turns into a real nail-biter, despite the fact that we're kind of winning pretty handily right here. I find the Scorpion, just enough depression to get the shot on him, spin around, stand up, spin around, all that good stuff, and I just want to avoid the 53-55. Now, I don't go up and over through the middle right there because there's just no reason for that. All those TDs are going to be sitting up there waiting for those guys to come out of that hole once they win it, so there's really no good reason for that. Their IS-7 is kind of fighting out of a hole down there, and there goes our 110E3. So one of our tier 10s is down. We've got 4 of their 8s, but we've lost a tier 10. That's not good. So I'll swing around here back to the middle and see if I can't work some of their guys up on their sniper hill right there, or maybe the IS-7 if he gets a little bit foolish. Gun depression is a pain with this thing, so we'll zoom nice in on this guy and just drop some damage. Got several of their TDs lit up. Can't quite get to that guy. There we go, and down goes the Proto. Don't want to go up and over this sand dune with the IS-7 sitting right there. Except I do. Never mind. I see that he's not there, and I take the opportunity to move across. The WT ran off at the top of the hill. The Progetto's pushing in. There's the Conway, and it feels like we're in really good shape right here. We got them stuffed in the corner. The only problem is their 50-51 is out in the open over there, and the IS-3 is down below, kind of causing trouble. So here we go and see if we can get a shot on him. I really should have gone for the Ferdinand, because that would have minimized the amount that my tank came up and over that hill. So that was a bad error right there. Should have just gone after the Ferdy. Drop one in there, but clearly didn't hit him because it hit the ground. And there's the T-34, and I know that 50-51 is up on top there, and that's a problem. So we're trying to get rid of these TDs. Conway goes down. That's a good thing. Their IS-3 is in the middle, and their IS-7 has switched over to that side, and he's going to own that, right? That IS-3 is not going to survive. There's 2 IS-3s. I don't really have a good opportunity to come across, and initially I'm thinking I'm going to go down into that ravine and take on the IS-7, but I just don't have the hit points for it, nor the health. So he's way too healthy. He's going to bounce a lot less than I'm going to bounce, and now I'm out in the open like a fool. And I've got this IS-3. The other problem would be the IS-3 coming up and over and coming in behind me, so that's just not a good move. And I sort of isolated myself here. This is a mistake. I'm just going to keep pulling back in here to try to get into these buildings. And now I'm going to make a runner. So the T-34 is lit, and they're starting to even this thing up. It's 7-6. There's the IS-3. We'll just shoot him on the way, and I'm just looking to get into cover. Please don't hit me, IS-3. Gets hit by some of my friends. A couple into him, and down he goes. So that worked out. A little bit dangerous because I trapped myself over there. The T-28 now out in the open, getting absolutely pummeled. So the Panzer IV waffle guy takes out my Progetto, so he's still over there with shots in that general area. The T-28's kind of sitting out in the open near dead, and I got a T-95 moving up. And unfortunately, the Sturv Does not take damage. I get hit, take damage from the 50-51, and now I've got less options, right? Now I'm down to 600. Down to 600. Not quite a one-shot, but maybe a high roll to something like the WT. And now my T-95's out in the open, and he's in big trouble. And losing him is going to hurt, because he's kind of anchoring that bottom area down there. And there's just not a whole lot I can do. There's too many of them on that sniper line over there. Every time I poke up and over, I take shots. And because of this tank's depression, I've actually got to come up and over much more than I want to. So this is tricky, trying to figure out how we're going to deal with this. This TVP's in good shape. He's got a lot of hit points. Maybe should have just taken that shot and hoped. He's doing a nice job holding down. There we go. So I got one into him. That evens it up a little bit right there, and it cost me getting lit. The other thing I've got to worry about here is artillery. And look at that. He's actually able to put one in there. Actually able to put one in there. So up to 3,000 damage and 2,600 assists, but we're definitely a one-shot to just about everything that's left on the board. Pretty much everything that's left on the board. To include artillery. Artillery could easily put that much damage on a medium. Depending on where it hits. There we go, there's the TVP, he's making a runner. Oh, if it just wasn't for the mosque, I'd have been able to kill that guy off. That's a prayer shot. I knew he was behind the berm there. I was just hoping I could get that shot in. Look at that shot into my turret right there. Holy cow. Somebody just skipped it across, looks like, and overmatched, and in it went. So I'll use this middle piece here. Got a little bush here. I'm aware of this bush, so we can kind of look around. I've got my heat called up. I need some skill. And this is becoming a bit of a nail biter, right? We got the IS-7s moved back across. He is a huge problem. Look at all those hit points he's got. And now those two IS-3s are in huge trouble. The two TDs are backing them up, but the Sturv takes a hit. And now the IS-7's out in the open, so I get a shot in on him. I'm thinking, well, that's it. Someone's going to shoot me in the back or the artillery, so I dive down here so I don't get shot in the back. And I'm thinking, yes, juicy. There. Oh, son of a gun. Critical, no damage. Let's get behind this rock a little bit here. There he is. See if he comes uncovered. Oh, and he just comes forward and back. And my other IS-3 is dead, and now we're really hurting. Here comes a really healthy, compared to me, IS-7. I take another chunk out of him. Down to 397. I've only got 2 heat shells, and I'm really expecting at this point the artillery just to thump me. But they must have been busy with the guys pushing in on them down by the cap down there. So it took a little bit of the pressure off. We do have a healthy Sturv 103. There's a Scorpion G in the back, and we've got 1 artillery. So I'm the only guy kind of keeping this part of the map from disappearing from us and not be any use. The 34 is behind the rocks over there. Good spot for him. No sense in moving out, and I'll just try to use this, again, little piece of bush. The concern is the IS-7 pushes in again. There's nobody up above and behind me there to kind of keep him honest. And if he gets in there unspotted and comes up and over there before I can get out of this little spot, then I'm in pretty big trouble right there. Sturv's not going to push, so he's not very useful as far as pushing goes, but he's very useful for sniping. Scorpion G, kind of similar. He's got good hit points too, but he can quickly lose them to that lineup of enemy tanks, especially considering artillery. And here comes the IS-7. And he did exactly what I was worried about. He comes in. I don't get lit. That is helpful. I did light him. And I'm thinking, all right, well, I've just got to try to get this guy lit here. Maybe he'll come around this rock. I'll put one into him, try to survive behind the rock, and maybe the Sturv and Scorpion can finish him off if he comes up high enough. If he was any kind of smart, he'd have gone down low and come up from that direction right there where he could not be shot by the TDs. One thing he might be thinking about, though, is that one of those TDs could be up on my sniper spot behind me, and that whole area is swept by fire from there. So if he doesn't know where they are, then that is a consideration for him. So really, this is the chess game at this point. There he is. Put a shot into him. Very good. Back up. Just praying Artie doesn't get me. And look at that. Just as planned, the Scorpion G takes him down. And I'm just hoping I don't get Artie. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, why am I not being shot by Artie? There it is. Found it. Found it. So I line up where he is, and I click. All right, dudes, Artie is over there. And then we've got the WT. He's moving out in the open. Scorpion gets him. Looks like my shot was online. And much better. Not great, but much better. Still a Sturv on their enemy team. an M53-55, and a T-34, and a Furdy. So we'll come around here. I told you this is a nail biter. I'm just going to reposition. I'm going to go back over there, and all of a sudden I see the Ferdinand. I'm thinking, oh man, just got to take this opportunity, and holy cow, I'm able to actually put the shot on him. Again, I'm expecting artillery to kill me. I'm just going to make that shot as difficult as possible by getting behind all these rocks right here. Maybe he won't get me. Hiding, hiding, hiding. Got 5 kills, 46, 82 damage, 3,122 spotting. And I can see that the Sturv is actually pushing. So I mentioned earlier that a Sturv can't push. It actually can. It depends on the situation. This is late game right here. So good on him for moving in and attempting to find where these guys are. So we'll come up here and take a little look. Don't really see anything. There we go. There's the Sturv. So let's get up top here. Down he goes. Nicely done. The Scorpion is also having himself a game. And we find the 34. And then I find, yes, very juicy. Boom. Down goes the artillery for the 6th kill. And the Sturv walks in and takes out the T-34. Tell you what, that was a nail biter. That one was done on stream. Unfortunately, right up towards the end, about the Ferdinand, I had to turn the stream off because I had somebody come in and wanted to talk to me. I kept playing while I was talking, and we ended up winning this thing. This is an ace in the 430U, my first one. It's a really interesting game. I liked the chess game at the end. You know, you get to those games where it's not the Rompel Stomp, and there's 3 or 4 or 5 of you left on each side. There's a lot of kind of open spaces, a couple guys hiding, people trying to figure out map control, trying to figure out vision control, where they can go, where they can't go, what they know about the enemy, what they don't know about the enemy. You know, I mentioned that in one case the IS-7 might have been better to do something different, but then talked about a couple of the things he may have been thinking about. You know, where are those TDs? What are their fields of fire? Where can I go? That kind of thing. And unfortunately for him, and fortunately for us, he completely exposed himself and we were able to take him down. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I hope you liked that. And if you did, make sure you subscribe, and we will see you.